Regards everyone. So, these are the 4 ways that you can create an array. We have explored the first and second way of array creation. In case, if you have missed it, there is a link to that video in the description. In this video, we will explore how to create an array by using Array Constructor, Array.of, and Array.from. Now let's start with Array Constructor. Array Constructor can be invoked in various ways. For example, if you call it with no arguments, it will create an empty array. However, if you pass one argument to Array Constructor, as you can see here, it defines the length of the array. So, let's pass 10 as the first argument. And let's log it on console to examine it. So, let's refresh the browser. Here it is. We have an empty array with length of 10. Now, if we pass another argument, guess what will happen? Well, both the first and the second arguments become elements of the array, and the first argument no longer defines the length of the array. Now, let's save the document and refresh the browser. As you can see, now we have an array with 2 elements. This was for Array Constructor. Now, it's time to examine Array.of factory method. As you saw, when pass one numeric argument to Array Constructor, it used that to define length of that array. So, we were unable to create an array with one numeric element. However, Array.of addresses that problem, and we can create an array with one numeric argument. So, let's pass 10 as a first argument to Array.of method. Log it on console to see the result. Now, let's refresh the browser. Beautiful. As you can see, we have an array with one element. And it's time to talk about Array.from method. So, Array.from takes an array-like object, or an iterable object, and converts it to an array. Now, you might ask, what is an array-like object? So basically, every object that can be iterated through and have the length property, or every object that you can access its every element through loops, is an iterable, or array-like object. Now, you might say, show me one of them? Well, there is a famous iterable object. I'm sure that you're in love with it. Guess what? It's string. Now, let's log it on console to see the array of this string. Let's save the document and refresh the browser. Beautiful. And here is our strings array. Keep in mind, when working with client-side JavaScript, the return values of some web browser methods are array-like, and it can be easier to work with them if you first convert them to true arrays.